going on, everybody? Welcome into Jacked Ramsays After Dark. Danny Marang, no Brandon Sprague. Brandon's, he's got to go eat. So, I'm back to the land of the living. Shout out COVID for not killing me. Still a little congested, a little stuffed up, but we're over the hump. We're back on the radio now, and I've got my voice back. So I've got perfect timing for tonight's game because this is all about me. First of all, thank you. Welcome in. We appreciate you. Like, rate, review, subscribe. Help us grow the show. Help us get back on track. Blazers get back on track. Great win tonight. A 3-point win in overtime. 132-129. There was a lot going on in tonight's game. Multiple career highs. Multiple insane performances. Anfernee Simons deferred to Jerami Grant, so we couldn't get two 40-point game scores for the first time in a long time. I was trying to look it up, and the only thing I could find was that the only duos that I've found that have both scored 40-plus were Jordan and Pippen, Jalen Rose and Reggie Miller, and Hakeem and Clyde since 86-87. So a deferred Anfernee Simons free throw attempts away from that duo of Jerami Grant and Anfernee Simons joining those duos who all pretty damn good. Well, Blazers get back on track. They end the 4-game skid. They have a chance to save a 500 road trip, which is what you'd always want to come away with. Early in tonight's game, just kind of walk our way through from the beginning of the game till the end. I didn't feel like Portland was really in a position where they were in much trouble. Early on, the Knicks were hitting some shots. The Blazers just weren't, but I liked their process. I liked what they were doing. I like what they were taking away from the Knicks. You look at the box scores tonight, a couple of crazy things happened. One, the Blazers got 51 free throws up. Two, the Knicks were hitting threes like crazy, and that cooled off. The early three-point shooting from the Knicks, in the first half they were 8 of 21. The Blazers was 5 of 17. The free throw line, the Blazers went absolutely nuts in the second quarter. They took 24 free throws in the second quarter. And that's what kind of flipped this game on its head. In the first half, in the first quarter, I thought the Knicks were just getting some shots. I thought Jalen Brunson was incredible. He was just an absolute monster when it came to shot making. Jerami Grant and Anfernee Simons kind of matched him shot for shot. In the first quarter, Grant was 2 of 4. Simons was 3 of 6. They combined for 25. Jalen Brunson was 4 of 5 for 11. But you got 5 from Randall. You got 5 from R.J. Barrett. And you're like, okay, you're in a good spot. But then they kind of lose the rope because nobody else could score. You had a little bit from Nurk, who picked up a quick foul. I'm sorry, that was in the second quarter. He actually had a good shift in the second quarter. He started picking the fouls. But nobody else was capable of knocking anything down. And it just kind of stalled out. And then Knicks closed the quarter with a flurry. And you're just sitting there going, they're okay. They're in an okay spot. Not a big deal here. The second quarter comes around, and you saw that. The Knicks shot making kind of continued. Emmanuel quickly just hit some inexplicable stuff in the first quarter. That kind of got them going. I think it was 3 of 5. Yeah, 2 of 3 from 3. Just a couple like straight running pull-up threes. Scored 8 points in 4 minutes. Just boom, 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 boom. And you're like, ugh. Second quarter happens. Simons and Grant just kind of take over, and a big chunk of that is Grant at the free throw line, 10 of 12. Just insane stuff. Now, part of this is the refs sucked. The Blazers got away with some stuff tonight. Don't get it twisted. I thought they got pretty shafted against the Cavs. I didn't think they got any calls. I think there was a bounce-back effort both by the Blazers intentionally getting downhill and the Knicks being lazy, and the refs being atrocious. I thought the refs were incredibly bad for both teams tonight. It's just that the Blazers got a lot more calls going downhill. Just a truckload of free throws. 24 free throws in a quarter is batshit crazy. That is so far out of left field. That is insane. Absolutely insane. But you'll take it. You'll take it every single time, and you find a way to go. You get in at the half. You're in a good position. You got a 1-point lead. Third quarter, you're really getting a lot of the same. It's a heavy dose of Anfernee Simons, a heavy dose of Jerami Grant. But Ant's the one who carries the day. Ant was incredible on twos. Just could not hit threes tonight. The Blazers, the team, just could not hit threes tonight at all. But my God, they lived. Ant played the entire third quarter, and Ant just lived in the paint. Lived in the paint. Two after two after two after two after two. Just the kind of stuff you love to see. When you don't have your jump shot going, get in the paint, get in the paint, get in the paint. And then Josh Hart, every single miss that you have, gobbles up an offensive rebound. Hart finishes tonight with a career-high 19 rebounds. 19. 6 offensive. Blazers had 12 offensive rebounds tonight. Blazers win the rebound battle 47-44 without their backup center. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Blazers let go of the rope in the fourth quarter. They let go of the rope in the fourth quarter. Man, oh man, oh man. They struggled. They tried to get a little bit of, 2 minutes into the fourth quarter. They tried to get Ant a rest. And they had to sit Nurk because of foul trouble. They went 128, and they lost 6 points. Like that. They couldn't stop anybody on the perimeter, and they couldn't protect the rim. And Simons and Nurk had to come in quickly. The damage had been done. They were able to reel it back in and tighten it back up at the end of the fourth quarter. Little dicey to say the least. Then you get into overtime. Anfernee Simons is the hero of overtime. Massive threes. Massive threes. Ant hit 4 threes, I believe, in total tonight. It was 4 of 13. All 4 of his threes just seemed to be at the biggest of times. They hit like trucks over and over again. Tonight, Grant and Simons combined to shoot 23 of 45 from the field. 23 of 45. It's real good, y'all. Simons finishes with 47 minutes played. Grant with 41. The Blazers only played 8 tonight. Watford, Little, and Sharp are the only guys who came in. Some other news and notes from this game. Points in the paint, Knicks 64, Blazers 50. Fast break points, Portland 9, New York 10. While the Blazers did not get a ton of fast break points, they got into their offensive sets, and I thought they were more direct and more decisive. They were playing quicker. Now, shorthanded on the road with injuries, it is hard to play fast. Particularly play fast, shorthanded, on the road, tired and injured, and take care of the ball. So I thought they did a very, very good job of walking that line. Only 12 turnovers tonight in overtime. Now, the Knicks only had 10, which was a big part of them staying in this game. But the Knicks also committed 35 fouls to Portland's 24. That's still a truckload of fouls. Good Lord, 59 fouls. But points off turnovers. Knicks 18, Portland 9. Bench points, the Knicks 36 to 13. There's a lot of things that just did not go necessarily Portland's way, but they were so effective. They shot 49% from the floor. The Knicks shot 43%, and they got 51 free throws. The Knicks 28. That's the storyline tonight. You got 82 points between Simons and Grant. You got career high Grant scoring. You got a career high Hart rebounding. You got a good Nurk game, 20 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Little sloppy with the 5 turnovers, but shorthanded, working as a ball hand a little bit more. It is what it is. You take those and you go. But here's the thing. I didn't think the Blazers played too poorly tonight. I thought that they they did well enough in stints to win a game. And that's all you can ask for sometimes. I think in the last 4 that they've lost, I don't think they have played well enough to win games. I mean, obviously they lost them, but even to deserve to win games or to even be in them, I thought this game they did. What is starting to show up for the Blazers is the points of the paint, and man, when Nurk's not on the floor, they are in trouble. They just don't have the size. And if they don't stop somebody up top, if they don't get in front of guys, if they don't body people up, they are going to let teams get kind of what they want. And you saw that with the Cavs, Mitchell getting downhill, Garland getting downhill, and then finding guys like Jared Allen on the backside. Giannis obviously presents those problems no matter what. But I didn't think tonight defensively that their effort was bad. I thought there was a couple of miscommunications. I thought some guys from the Knicks, I thought Quickly was incredible in the first half. He was 4 of 10 from 3. Brunson was a dude. They got to the line and made their free throws. 24 of 28 on a normal night's fine. Like, even though the Blazers took, that many more free throws, they only hit 14 more. Grant missed, 7? Yeah. Grant missed 7 tonight. So, big old chunk of that given back there. But I thought they played well enough defensively. Again, you look at what the Knicks did, 44% from the field, 32% from 3. It's just a lot of possessions. I think you take that and you go. Not every win's going to be pretty. They needed one to get back on the horse. They needed one to kind of figure this whole thing out. It's 82 games. I'm not going to be too critical in kind of where they get their wins and where they don't. If you get the win, you get the win. Right now, they are 1 game out of first place. They're now 6th place, tied with the Pelicans, Grizzlies, Clippers, and Kings are 1.5 back. So everybody's still bunched up right there. Lakers are still 5 game back. 5 game back. Games back. 5 game, singular. What am I, an idiot? Don't answer that. But let's kind of go through this real quick. Jerami Grant had his best game of his life as a pro. 44 points. New career high. His previous career high was 44. A lot of that was obviously getting to the free throw line, living in the paint, not settling for mid-range jumpers. 3 of 7 from 3, continues to knock it down, but also 10 of 20. Like, he's wildly effective from the field and got to the free throw line. Now, he had 1 rebound and 2 assists. He just got buckets. Just straight buckets. I thought he was good defensively tonight. I've had people say, do you feel like his effort is waning defensively? Yeah, I do, because his offensive load is way higher. Way higher. That happens. Not just with Dame, but with everybody. When you've got to carry that much offensive burden, it happens. I love what Grant did tonight. I thought he was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. You're seeing more than a guy who's going to score 16 a game. I thought Ant had a tremendous basketball game. Was struggling from 3. He did not let that deter him. Tonight he took 13 threes and 12 twos. That is tremendous. Tremendous from Anfernee. I love seeing that shot distribution. Take that many threes and then do that well on twos. 4 of 13 from 3. 9 of 12 on twos. 9 of 12 on twos, baby. Give me that. And that wasn't long-range pull-ups. That was Ant in the paint. 8 of 8 from the free throw line. On a normal night, that's a great night. Great night. Back it up with 5 assists, 4 rebounds. And only 1 turnover. That's a great game from Anfernee Simons. That's a great game for Jerami Grant. And then you have Josh Hart in there with 19 freaking rebounds. He is the only guy under 6'6", averaging more than 8 rebounds per game, I believe is what Blazers Broadcasting put him at. Let's do the live stat lookup, because this always plays really well. Players, traditional, total rebounds. Josh was at 8-something, so he is 35th in the entire NBA in rebounding, sandwiched between the 7'1" Bol and the 6'9" Kyle Kuzma. 8.1. Wow. And Nurk now is at 9.9 on the season, at 13th in the NBA. Just tremendous stuff from Josh tonight. I mean, it goes without saying he's kind of a bellwether cow. He's just that dude as far as effort and intensity. But I thought he was great on the offensive glass. 4 of 8. Took a couple threes. He missed them both, but I don't care in the sense of, like, I just want him taking them. I just want him taking the shots that are supposed to be there. When it bounces around the horn, it pops to his hands, and he has an opportunity to take an open 3, I want him taking it. I want him taking it every single time. Backed it up with a couple of steals. It's kind of funny. You look at the Blazers tonight, the starting lineup, this is how it kind of ended up going in the plus minus. Hart plus 13, Grant minus 1, Nurk and Ant plus 16, Winslow plus 2. Bench unit, Watford minus 7, Little minus 12, Shaden minus 12. They had those 2 shifts where they got smoked for 6 points real quick, 6-0 runs. And that kept the bench unit down. Trendon played 21, Nasir played 18, Shaden played 13. Shaden had the nice pull-up 3 and then the pull-up mid-range. Good to see him bounce back a little bit in the sense of he's kind of stepped back from really being involved. I think you're just seeing some scouting reports getting around on him, and what you want to take away from a young guy is top 2 things is don't let him walk into threes, and on the break find him, find Shaden. Do not let him catch lobs. Do not let him get backdoor on you. But I thought that the bench for the most part struggled, particularly in that second shift. But I thought Trendon gave them some stuff tonight. In the, I believe it was the third quarter. Yeah, Trendon was 3 of 4 in the third quarter. Got to the line, knocked a couple down. They were working that left side high pick and roll with Ant and Shaden in the strong side corner. And you had Ant knock down the 3 off of one of them. Then you had Trendon hit, I believe, Hart for a backdoor cut. And then you had Trendon fake the DHO once, turn to the middle, get to the free throw line, drew the foul on Hartenstein. And you also had Trendon catch on the short roll at the free throw line extended, kind of gave a little eyes to Hart in the corner, drive and finish. That was really nice as well. I thought you got a nice little stretch there from Trendon. And that's kind of the small ball 5 look you want to get from him, is to work as that playmaking pivot when teams start to press up and trap or blitz Dame or Ant in this case, and then work as that release valve as a guy who can dribble, pass, shoot in the middle of the floor and make quick decisions. I thought that shift in the third quarter was especially good. It was not as good in the fourth quarter, which is why Chauncey went away from it so quick. But they were just trying to buy Ant and Nurk some minutes there. But overall, fantastic game for the Blazers. You love to see a game like this where you get. It is very rare in the NBA to have 2 guys going as well as the Blazers did tonight. It is very, very rare to, like, again, 2 guys scoring 40 plus in a game. Like I said, I've mentioned 3 times since 86, 87. That's a big, 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 big number. It's just not something that happens all that often. Obviously, they didn't qualify for that tonight with Ant hitting 38 and not getting the 2 free throws up. But again, a combined 82 from Grant and Simons. on game 3 of a 4-game trip when you're shorthanded as they are, they're in a good spot. They're in a good spot. So here's what they have coming up. They have the Brooklyn Nets on Sunday. They have an opportunity to get that game back from the Nets that they dropped here. They will be done playing the Nets on the season already. That is the Suns and the Nets that they will already be done with this season, as crazy as that is. But if they can get this win, come home through 20 games at 12-8. That's a 60% winning percentage. All things considered, fantastic. Freaking-tastic. 12-8 right now would put the Blazers, third? Second or third in the conference? Yeah. You take that. I know the expectations all got so weird and awkward, and it's okay. This is exactly where you want them to be. We talked about them getting through 25 games above 500. If they are 12-8 after this trip, they would have to lose 4 of 5 to be under 500. Think about that for a second. Okay? They'd have to lose 4 or 5 again for that to happen. I just don't think that's going to happen. I think they can get this win. They will get this win against the Nets. The Nets are playing better. Ben Simmons is back to the player not only that he can be, but the player that he was before shit went sideways. Like, that's incredible. He looked incredible in Portland. The Blazers will have their work cut out for them. I'm very interested to see what they do with Yuta Watanabe. If they are going to allow themselves to be death at the hands of Yuta Watanabe. To see kind of what comes out of that. But I don't think they're going to allow that, but I don't also think they have an answer yet for Kevin Durant. So, yeah, one hand and the other. Kind of how that goes. All right, my voice is getting a little fried because I did my first radio show back, and obviously the watch party. Again, if you want to be a part of the watch party, we will have it going for the Nets game as well. And then Brandon and I will either do the mailbag before the game or right after the game. I'm not sure which way we're going to go with that, but we will get it done then. Thank you guys for being here. We appreciate you. Like, rate, review, subscribe. Help us grow the show. Help us grow the show if you're watching live or if you're watching on the replay. Click subscribe. It's free. It's easy. And again, if you would like to participate in the watch parties, go ahead and join, and those links will be posted in the YouTube channel as well as on Twitter before every single road game and a couple home games. So, again, thank you all so very much. I appreciate you. Thank you all for being here. We'll catch you guys on Sunday. Until then, stay safe, enjoy your leftovers, and we will talk soon.